This album goes for a really long time. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from the Devin Townsend Project. It is titled Transcendence and this is the first record that I've ever listened to from Devin Townsend. I'm a massive progressive rock fan, massive into Steven Wilson, Porcupine Tree, Carnival, Tesseract, you name it, I'm probably into them, but I've never listened to a Devin Townsend Project record and I'm not sure why that is. I just haven't gotten around to it. So this is the first one I've ever listened to. So why not start with a new one? And I went in with pretty high expectations because this band has a rabid fan base that are massively passionate and he plays some really big venues all around the world. So I did have some high expectations for this record and I was a little let down. This record is good. I'm not saying this is a bad record, but it isn't to the standard that I thought it would be. It's a bit more basic, the songwriting's not as tight as some of the better progressive rock bands, in my opinion, and just some things going on in this record that I wasn't really a massive fan of. But overall, it is a good record. It's very grandiose in the style of a band like Dream Theater, but then it's also got that simplified feel of an artist like Steven Wilson. Steven Wilson sometimes gets criticized for being a bit too simple, especially in his later solo records, especially the last one. But he does it in a way that is so interesting and so unique that it makes it really, really good progressive rock. And so I feel like the Devin Townsend Project really combine that grandiose sound of Dream Theater and then that while still keeping it a bit more simplified, like in the Steven Wilson solo material. But this album does drag a little bit. It goes for a very, very long time and some of the songs even drag a little bit as well. Vocally, it's very strange. The vocals are very much a sonic feature rather than a main presence. They're pulled back in the mix a lot and there's a lot of reverb going on. There's a lot of reverb on the guitars as well, making everything feel like it's in a massive room and kind of giving it that live feel as well, which I am a bit of a fan of, but I feel it does do it a bit too much at times. Truth is a really good opener. As soon as it kicked in, I was like, oh, this could be really cool. Those vocals were pulled back, but I thought if it kept going in that kind of style, then I would really dig it. Failure is another really good song. It's got a really cool groove, and the way that they use this really simple one-note riff throughout the song, it's in the main groove of this song. They do it really, really well, and it's a great groovy song. And then Stars is a little more catchy. I think it's the shortest song on the record. It goes for about 4 minutes and it's probably the most commercial song on the record. Really catchy, really cool vocals going on and a really fun song. However, this record, everything kind of sounds similar. There's not a lot of variation going on throughout this record, which is very strange for a progressive rock record. Everything's just kind of one paced. It does strip back into these acoustic guitar bits at times, but it does that a lot throughout this record. And so all the songs just kind of seem to blend together. I'm sure that's probably on purpose. I'm sure this whole album is meant to be listened to in one listen instead of listening to the songs. Sorry, I hit my microphone. Songs individually. But yeah, everything just seems to blend together and I'm not really a fan of these songs blending together. There are albums that are concept albums or that should be listened to from start to finish that have a lot of variation going on, but the songs still blend together. This just seems too similar to each other to really justify it. And some of the songs, as I said, are a bit too long. There's one song that goes for nearly 10 minutes and it just seems to drag for a long time. If it had been cut down a bit, I feel like I would have enjoyed it a lot more. And the album as a whole is too long. It goes for a really, really long time. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a 12-track record. Maybe it's 10. I could be completely off. But it goes for a long time and you really have to be prepared to sit down for about an hour to listen to this record. Overall, it's a decent record. There's nothing really that special going on. There are some really good standout songs like the three I talked about, but there's nothing that really grabbed me. And honestly, I really can't see myself going back and listening to this record again. after the 3 times I've listened to it already. My top 3 tracks are going to be Truth, Failure, and Stars. I'm going to give the record a 3 out of 5. If you're a fan of the Devin Townsend Project, then you'll probably really enjoy this because, I mean, I have to go back and listen to some of your old stuff, so maybe this is just what he sounds like. But if you're a fan of progressive rock and you're a fan of that dragged out kind of progressive rock that really goes for a long time, but at the I don't know if I can say that. If you're a fan of progressive rock, I would recommend checking it out. It's not one of my favorite progressive rock records by any means, but if you're a fan of that kind of style of music, you may end up enjoying it. I like myself, I like something a bit more commercialized, but yeah, I'm going to shut up now and let you decide for yourself. Thanks for watching my video today. Please hit subscribe down below and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.